This is the Atlas Academy 6th grade science celestial bodies research project for 5th period. The Sun.
The Sun's mass is about 1.989 times 10 to the 33rd power kilograms. The rotation period of the Sun is about 24 Earth days. The revolution of the period of the Sun is about 250 million years, or 1 cosmic year. The Sun is mainly composed of helium and hydrogen.
All we have known in this modern time with our modern technology, as far advanced as we are, we can estimate it's about 93 million miles away from us. So it is a red dwarf star, or sometimes called a red midget. It's composed of helium and hydrogen, and this is why our data is limited. And it's because the Sun's way too high, like you can't even get 100 miles away from it. And here's some details about the Sun. The Sun is about some odd billion degrees so hot, and the total amount of time it takes for the Sun to orbit the galaxy is about 225 million years, or 1 cosmic year. And the mass of the Sun is about 1.99 times 10 to the 30th power kilograms. It takes about 25 Earth days to rotate. And the atmosphere of the Sun, which is typically just the principal gases that surround it, is really its corona, just all the layers of stuff that it's just putting out there.
Mercury.
The mass of Mercury is 3,285 times 10 to the 23rd power. The rotation period for Mercury is 88 days, which is 88 Earth days. The revolution period for Earth days for Mercury is 59 days. The atmosphere for Mercury has hydrogen, helium, and oxygen. The composition of Mercury is a terrestrial planet.
The mass of Mercury is 3.285 times 10 to the 23rd power kilograms. The distance from the Sun is 58 million miles. The rotation period in Earth days is 88 days. The revolution period in Earth years is 0.25 Earth years. The atmosphere is made of hydrogen, helium, and oxygen. Mercury has a thin, brittle crust and is generally a rocky planet. Facts are Mercury is the smallest planet in our solar system.
Venus.
The mass of Venus is 4.87 times 10 to the 2nd power kilograms. The distance from the Sun is 108.2 million miles. Rotation period is 224.7 Earth days. Revolution period or 0.6152. The atmosphere, which is mostly made of carbon dioxide. Composition is iron and rock. Fact, it has 88 days in a year.
Earth, also known as Terra.
The Earth's mass is 6.0 times 10 to the 24th power kilograms. Distance from the Sun. The Earth's distance from the Sun is 150 million kilometers. The rotation period is 24 hours, 1 Earth day. The revolution period for Earth is 365 days. Earth's atmosphere is mainly made up of nitrogen and oxygen. Earth is a terrestrial planet, basically rocky, and it's mostly water.
The mass of Earth is 5.972 times 10 to the 24th kilogram. Distance from the sun in kilometers is 92.96 million kilometers. Rotation period in Earth days is 0.99 days. The revolution period in Earth years is 1 Earth year. The atmosphere of Earth is mainly composed of nitrogen, oxygen, and argon. The composition of Earth is a terrestrial planet, mainly rocky. And an interesting fact is that it's covered by water on over 70% of its surface.
Mars.
Mars' mass is 6.39 times 10 to the 23rd power kilograms. Distance from Sun is 141.6 million miles. The rotation period for Mars is 1 day and 37 minutes. The revolution period is 1.9 Earth years. The atmosphere is carbon dioxide and nitrogen. The composition is volcanic and rocky. Interesting facts named after Roman god of war.
Jupiter.
Jupiter has a mass of 1.89 times 10 to the 27th power in kilograms. Jupiter's distance from the Sun is 778 kilometers. Its rotation period Jupiter's rotation period is 41 Earth days, and its revolution period is 12 Earth years. The principal gases in Jupiter's atmosphere are 89% hydrogen, 10% helium, and 3% methane. Jupiter is a gas planet. Some extra facts about Jupiter are that Jupiter has dozens of moons, including the Galilean moons. Jupiter is called a failed star. This is because it is made up of the same elements as the Sun, but it is not massive enough to have the internal pressure and temperature necessary to cause hydrogen to fuse to helium, the energy source that powers the Sun and most other stars.
Jupiter's mass is 1.898 times 10 to the 27th power in kilograms. Its distance from the Sun is 778 kilometers. Rotation period is 41 Earth days. Revolution period is 12 Earth days. The atmosphere is 89% hydrogen, 10% helium, and 3% methane. The composition of Jupiter is a gas planet. The interesting fact is has dozens of moons, including the Galilean moon.
Saturn. The mass of Saturn is 5.68 times 10 to the 26th kilograms. The distance from the Sun is 1.43 billion kilometers. Its rotation period is 9.69 Earth days, and the revolution period around the Sun is 29 Earth years. The atmosphere on Saturn is made up of hydrogen, helium, and methane, and its composition is that it's made up of mostly gas, being that it's a gas giant. An extra fact about Saturn is that it has a planetary ring system.
Saturn's mass is 5.68 times 10 to the 26 power kilograms. It is 1.4 billion kilometers away from the Sun. Its rotation period is 10.2 hours. Its revolution period is 29.457 years. Its atmosphere is mainly made up of hydrogen and helium. Its composition is also made of hydrogen and helium, which also makes it a gas giant. An interesting fact is that its rings were first discovered in 1610 by Galileo Galilei. It is also the 6th planet from the Sun and is the 2nd largest planet.
Uranus.
The mass of Uranus is 8.618 times 10 to the 25th power kilograms. Uranus' distance from the Sun is 1.784 billion miles away from the Sun. The rotation period in Earth days is 17.9 hours. Revolution period in Earth days is 84 Earth years, which is 30,660 Earth days. Atmosphere is hydrogen and helium. The composition of Uranus is a gaseous planet with a molten core. An interesting fact is Uranus was discovered by Sir William Herschel in 1781.
Neptune.
Neptune has a mass of 1.024 times 10 to the 26th power kilograms, or 1.024 E26. The distance from the sun is 4.5 billion kilometers. The rotation period of Neptune is 16 hours and 6 minutes. The revolution period is 164 years, 0.8. The atmosphere is hydrogen and helium. The composition is hydrogen, helium, and methane. Interesting fact, Neptune is the Roman god of the sea. Neptune was discovered by Jane Joseph Lee Verrier.
Comets.
Comets have a mass of 5 times 10 to the 17th power kilograms. The distance from the sun is 150 million kilometers. Comet's rotation period and Earth days are 200 years, and Comet's revolution period are also 200 years. Comets' atmospheres or principal gases. Comets don't have any atmosphere. Comet's composition is frozen gas, rock, and dust. And a fun fact about comets is that when these get close to the sun's heat, it leaves a glowing tail behind that is millions of kilometers long.
Meteoroids, meteors, and meteorites.
The mass of a meteor is 11,000 tons. It depends on the size. If it's small, then it's pretty light. Distance from the sun is 1 astronomical unit. The rotation period is 4.6 hours. The revolution period is 5.7 years. The atmosphere is nitrogen, carbon dioxide, and oxygen. Composition: dust, rock, iron, and nickel. Facts: meteoroids are found in space. Meteor in Earth's atmosphere. Meteorite hits the Earth's surface.
Asteroids.
The mass of an asteroid is 2.3 times 10 to the 21st power kilograms. The distance from the sun is 329,115,316 kilometers to 478,713,186 kilometers. The rotation period of an asteroid is 1 day and 1 hour. The revolution period is 3 to 6 years. The atmosphere of an asteroid is icy and dusty. The composition of an asteroid is carbon, rocks, and metals. An interesting fact about asteroids is that they can be grouped together in the belt between Mars and Jupiter and can move outside of the asteroid belt.
The mass of an asteroid is 2.3 times 10 to the 21st power in kilograms. The distance from the sun is 3.2 astronomical units. Their rotation period can vary, and their revolution, and they have no revolution. The principal gases can also vary. Their composition can be rock, metal, or carbon. An interesting fact is that they can be grouped together in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter, and they can also move outside of the asteroid belt.
The moon, also known as Luna.
The mass of the moon is 7.35 times 10 to the 22nd power. The distance from Jupiter is 384,000 kilometers. The rotation period is 27 days, and the moon does not have an atmosphere. The composition of the moon is oxygen, silicon, and magnesium. An interesting fact is that the moon is in synchronous rotation with Earth, which means the same side is always facing the Earth.
The Galilean moons. Io.
Io has a mass of 8.93119 times 10 to the 22nd power. The distance from its planet is 421,700 kilometers. The rotation period is 1.8 Earth days. The principal gases of it of Io are sulfur dioxide. Composition is 90% sulfur dioxide. An interesting fact is it's the 4th largest moon in our solar system.
Europa.
The mass of Europa is 4.7998 times 10 to the 22nd power kilograms. Distance from the planet is 4,014,000. Rotation period in Earth days is 3.5 days. The atmosphere, well, it doesn't have any atmosphere, and the composition is silicate, rock, water, and ice. Interesting facts: Europa might be able to inhabit life.
Its mass is 47,998 times 10 to the 22nd power. Its distance from Jupiter is 670,900 kilometers from Jupiter. Its rotation period is 3.55 Earth days. The atmosphere, there is no atmosphere. Its composition is silicate, rock, ice crust, and an iron nickel core.
Ganymede.
The mass of Ganymede is 1.4819 times 10 to the 23rd power kilograms. The distance from Jupiter is 1,070,213.76 kilometers. The rotation period in Earth days is 7 days and 4 hours. The composition of Ganymede is ice crust, saline ocean, ice mantle, rocky mantle, and iron core.
Callisto.
The mass of Callisto is 1.08 E plus 23, or 1.08 times 10 to the 23rd power. Distance from the planet would be 1,168,000 miles. The rotation period would be 16.68902 days. The atmosphere is mostly made out of carbon dioxide. The composition would be made out of water, ice, carbon dioxide, and silicates. Some extra facts would be that Callisto has more craters than anything else in the solar system. It moves at an approximate speed of 18,400 miles per hour. And through a telescope, Callisto is brighter than our moon.
That concludes our 5th period research project. Thank you for watching and hope you guys have a great rest of your day.